Hello. It's your girl Maya Javelle, and Tuesday topic. You know what? This is probably going on the Minutes with Maya channel. So, welcome back to Minutes with Maya, and this is your girl Maya Javelle here to do Topic Tuesday. And for Topic Tuesday, I want to speak on neglection. Neglection comes in many shapes and forms. You can neglect yourself. You could physically be neglecting, you can mentally neglecting, you can emotionally be neglecting, you can be neglected by other people, or you feel alone and stuff like that. There's different ways to neglect, okay? We'll start with yourself. Blank page. With yourself. Okay, when you're neglecting yourself, you can neglect yourself physically. And physically, that could be your weight, your eating habits, your sleeping patterns, your toxic habits. And your toxic habits can be so many different things, okay? So your toxic habits will stem off of that. Smoking, even drinking. Heck, vaping. Hanging around toxic people and environments. It could be your workplace. When it comes to eating, if you feel like you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're not happy at what you see, you're not having a smile at yourself, you can't look at yourself and say, damn, I look good, I'm happy with how I feel, then ding, 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 the red flag is yourself. You're neglecting yourself. Because obviously, it doesn't take too much to just get up and walk down the street. If you can get up to walk and go to your favorite food, if you can get up to a walk to the kitchen and put things that you shouldn't be eating or over excessively eating, you can get up and walk and exercise a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go spend money on a bike. I'm not saying you have to spend money on a gym membership. But you can sit here and do other things that can get your body moving and get that flow pumping. Like, you can never say you don't have time to do things unless you really are very, very busy. I understand people have busy lives, but you got to take some time to yourself. If you really, really, really want to put a smile on your face, you got to do what it takes to put a smile on your face. If you want to make yourself happy, you can't be codependent on other things, and especially these things, like the eating and excessively and alcohol and stuff, because all that stuff adds up at the end of the day. Shit, I used to, prime example, a good 4.5-ish years of my life, I was being excessive. I was being totally excessive. I was hanging around people who also were doing the same thing I was doing and also was not caring about themselves either. And we were all neglecting ourselves. And then I knew that even though I could have felt like, well, I'm not doing that. Maybe you're not doing everything that the next person next to you is doing fully. Maybe one person could be doing drugs in your group, but you're not doing drugs, or you could be doing a certain type of drug, and you could be like, well, see, I'm not that bad, I'm not doing that. It doesn't matter, because that stuff adds up. Neglection is neglecting. Knowing that you could be doing something to better yourself and change, and you're choosing not to, that's neglecting. Giving up on yourself, knowing that there's no reason to give up, and you're just choosing to, but you could put time and energy to spend the money on things that can add up into you in bad ways, that's neglecting. You're choosing to neglect yourself, and we have to learn that we can't keep neglecting how we feel, especially our body. Your body is one of the most important things about you. You want to be able to get up out of bed. You want to be able to rock your baby to sleep. You want to be able to take your kid to the park and swing on the swings and do certain different things. You want to be able to do activities and not feel blah every single day. You want to be able to change how you feel. You want to be able to get up and come to a park and come to a nice view You know, you want to be able to smile. You want to be able to be proud of yourself. You want to be able to feel productive, you know. Um, and your physical really does affect you as a whole. Because if you look good, you feel good, you know. So if you're worried, when it comes to your weight and your eating habits, it's not hard. It's not hard to find things to replace certain things that are a little less carbs and less sugars and stuff like that. Like, I'm telling you, keto is not for everybody, but I know for a fact that I could hop back in keto if I wanted to. Any given day, I still eat certain keto recipes and keto foods, even though I'm not on the keto diet anymore, because it definitely helped me get to where I wanted to be. But it's like, it's also brightened my whole horizon of, oh my God, I can make that and it still tastes like that, or even better. Like, for example, some of my favorite things were mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, and I love mashed potatoes. Well, those are two things that are keys to my heart, right? So what I did on keto is I made cauliflower. I tried cauliflower mac and cheese. I tried cauliflower mashed potatoes. Bomb. I even made a pizza with a broccoli base, like, as my dough. It was broccoli. It was a green pizza. That was freaking delicious. Never thought I'd ever try it, but me knowing that I was pushing myself in that position to where I wanted to try new things and something that was beneficial for me, hell yeah, I tried it, and it was a success, a big success, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, so that's with food. So yeah, all I'm saying is, get up and walk. If you're not happy with what you're looking at, stop neglecting yourself. You know, you don't ever say you're too lazy to do something, because if you keep telling yourself you're too lazy, you're neglecting yourself, giving yourself excuses, making an excuse every time. Oh, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. Unless you're really physically not mobile, you know, like if you can't walk. And I know people who can't walk. And I know people who are missing legs and different body parts, and they still keep it moving. If a three-legged dog can do things, if a person who is missing a hand and arms and fingers and legs can do things, come on. You gotta stop making excuses, because you're neglecting yourself. So stop neglecting yourself, especially when it comes to your weight and your physical. Now, when it comes to your toxic habits, where we all know what toxic habits are. Toxic habits can also be eating excessively, smoking excessively, whether it's cigarettes or weed. But, you know, these days, medical marijuana, I'm not going to sit here and put whatever on anybody, because everybody does their own thing. If you have a balance, you have a balance. That's making a balance in your life, and making boundaries is not neglecting. You are doing something about certain things. You know, if you realize, oh shit, I have to stop spending so much money, because like you say you like to buy a lot of bud, you like to smoke, or you like to buy a lot of alcohol and stuff, you like to keep your fridge packed, but then you realize your bank account isn't looking good because of it. Well, stop neglecting that fact. Stop neglecting your financials. Find a balance, find a happy medium, you know. Okay, maybe when I get paid, I'll set this much aside so I can spend it on this, or buy something ahead of time so you already have it, so that way, you know, you can conserve it and you don't have to worry about spending it the next time. Or work on conserving things that you like to buy excessively. Like if you like to buy 2 cases of things, you know, start breaking it down. A case comes in 12 to 24 these days. If you're a 12 type of case, you know, work on, okay, maybe I don't need to have all 12 in one night. I don't need to have all 12 cans. Maybe I want to have 1 can. Maybe I want to have 2 cans. Put it out. Put yourself on a limit. Space it out. Time it. Distract yourself for the time like that you can. Like put on a TV show and get yourself sucked into something else while you're sipping on something or smoking on something, or you know, there's just different things. The way to find a medium or a balance. Or like what I like to do is go on binges of not doing anything. Like substance yourself, like a free substance. Like don't do anything. Which I know it can be hard, but to be honest, it's really not hard. Like It's not. I can't even say it's really hard anymore. It's really not. Especially after it's almost going to be a year without nicotine and vaping soon. Like, that's the crazy part for me. It's almost a year for both. July for one and October for the other one. Like, it's like, and I don't even think about buying cigs. I don't think about buying vape. I couldn't even remember what it tastes like in my mouth. And that's like a good feeling. They smell good. Well, not cigs. The vapes do. But still, no. Because I realize what I'm doing to my health is I'm just giving myself more stress. I'm giving myself stress because when I choose to not have it, one, I'm losing money that I don't need to be spending. And two, my health. I'm choosing to not want to better my health. So after that, it's like, no, like, let me better myself and better my health. But yeah, to each their own when it comes to smoking and drinking, stuff like that. I'm just giving you my examples of what I did for myself. I used to drink excessively, like up the wazoo. I used to have alcohol out the wazoo until I decided I needed to change some stuff up, and I did. And now I love seltzer. Don't get me wrong, I like a mixed drink and stuff here and there, but your girl loves her seltzer, and I like my wine. I really like wine. Oh, this is a cute little couple. Having a picnic. All right, where else? People. When it comes to neglecting people, staying away from toxic people. Toxic people could literally be work people, or it could be the job itself, you know? If you're not happy every day at work and you're feeling blah, you don't like the people, you're feeling miserable, you aren't happy when you wake up to go, then you're neglecting your mental big time. If you're not feeling like any type of satisfaction, but you're still putting yourself in that room every day, if you're putting yourself in that cubicle, if you're putting yourself in that car, like in that truck, like whatever you do, you know what I mean? Like anything, like you're choosing to. You're choosing to not make a change. So then you're neglecting your mental right there. You're neglecting your own happiness right then and there because you're scared of not being able to find something? Why be scared? Why be scared of trying to find a new job? Because what if you get fired at the current job that you're at regardless? Then you're still gonna have to find another job. So would you rather be forced out by the job itself to put you in a position where you won't even possibly be able to get workers' comp, or just you're gonna get more upset because you got fired instead of just quitting yourself and making a decision yourself? Like, I want to be the one to have control of my choices. I don't want to have somebody else control my fate, you know what I mean? So think of it that way. Because when you put if you put all your control in somebody else's hands, then you're neglecting your own sense of reality and blessings. You're neglecting yourself in so many ways. And the big time happiness, 100%. 100,000%. Let's see. So we talked about eating. We talked about vaping and smoking and workplaces. Okay, we could talk about people now. I didn't expect this to be a 14-minute video, but I guess it's just going to be a long video. Okay. So, when it comes to people, okay, you may not, sometimes you could be in a position where you're not even realizing you're neglecting people, but hopefully people can address that to you, or you can realize it yourself when, people don't understand, this is where it gets in, the finicky lands when it comes to neglection, because if you're choosing to purposely neglect somebody, you're leaving somebody out in the cold, you be leaving what doesn't serve you out in the cold, then that's something that you're doing for yourself, So if people if you're making those types of changes because you know you're making changes for the better, and it's not to be bitter, and it's gonna affect you in positive ways, then go ahead and do what you got to do. But when there's people who are truly wanting to be there for you, you gotta learn to kind of decipher. I have trouble with that till this day. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've just been hurt by so many people, and I've pushed people away myself, to where I know I make people uncomfortable, to the point where now it's like I've closed off myself from a lot of stuff, brought myself back out. We're doing my own thing, so it's like when I see how certain people move, it still makes me questionable. And my thing is, it's like if something makes you questionable, then there's obviously something about it. But then also sometimes you could be, doing your own self-sabotage, thinking the worst. But I try my best to think so optimistic. I try to stay very optimistic about everything. I don't like being pessimistic about things because I'm not a closed-minded person. So what I do is, like, I separate myself. If I take the time I need to separate myself from a person, a place, or a thing, I realize after some time what is happening, what positive things are happening when I let that thing go, let that person go, stop going to that place, and then what negative things have happened. How has that person, if it's a person, how have they treated me since I've drawn back my energy? How am I seeing them doing better for themselves? Do I see them pretty much on the same wavelength where I left them, that I already didn't want to be a part of? Or is it just like equal, mutual, like, hey, maybe we just both need our time to do our thing? There's different ways and different reasons for a lot of different things, but you'll be able to point it out. You'll definitely be able to point it out. You're only, like, neglection can suck when people don't understand why, and if they generally don't understand what they did. No one is, like, people aren't going to appreciate you for choosing to step out of things if it's not normal to them, but you're not here to please everybody. So when it comes to people, it's like I said, you're not here to please everybody, you're here to please yourself. And a lot of us kind of get the whole neglection thing stemming from feeling neglected. And then you'll see, it's like once you feel like you've been left out in the dust, not included, felt mistreated or low and unimportant, those feelings of neglection and stuff will come up on you, and then you might start acting that way towards other people. But then you have to catch yourself, and you have to realize, well, wait, what did this person do? How's this person act? All those factors I just said a couple seconds ago, you have to put all those factors to kind of dish it out. And just really stick strong to the fact that whatever's meant for you will be for you, and what is not meant for you will exit. People are here for a season sometimes, people are here for that reason sometimes, and people are here to make a good statement and actually be in there for a long time. It's like, it's a curse, a blessing and a curse, man. Like, it can be either way, but it's something you got to learn to decipher out of yourself. And I get it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, like, you'll be like, but they're a really, really nice person. And I get in that boat so many times. But then I see how people act. You gotta see how people treat other people that aren't you. And also see how they treat you. That'll show you a lot. It will. How other people treat other people will show you so much. OMG, these dogs are so freaking cute. So yeah, don't neglect yourself, because even if you feel neglected by other people, you can't neglect yourself. Staying true to yourself, picking yourself back up, and knowing what you want out of life and what you want out of your own life and how you want to be treated is stronger than what anybody else can really do at the end of the way. People can just make you feel emotions that you don't like mad, sad, And neglection is a feeling and also an action. Like, but what happens already is like it's in the past for a reason, you know. So we gotta try to do our best to stay present, and just, you know, focus on ourselves, focus on what we can do to not neglect ourselves, because that's all you have at the end of the day. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have other people if you have other people and stuff like that, but not other people understand how you're coming from and how you feel, so then you can feel that neglecting feeling, because some people might back off because they don't know how to treat you and how to, you know, they don't know how to understand you, or they don't take the time to understand you. So that's when you gotta decipher, okay, is this person like leaving me out in the dust because they really don't know how, or they don't really want to change, you know what I mean? So there's different ways to deal with neglection, but the main thing is you can't expect somebody who neglects themselves to not neglect you either. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that again. You cannot expect a person who neglects themselves to not neglect you either. Any type of relationship, from family, friends, loved ones, co-worker, anything. Then that's how I'm gonna end this video. So work on not neglecting yourself, and then you'll see how things end up turning out for you, you know? I feel like I went a little bit all around, but hopefully this all made sense, because I really don't feel like editing this. I just kind of like the natural, like, vibes. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get back on the editing train. But yeah, until then, hope you guys enjoyed this 22-minute video on this Tuesday, the 11th of April. Aries Yang, happy birthday if you had a birthday. I just had a birthday the other day. But happy birthday if your birthday's today, or actually just happy birthdays to anybody's birthday in April, all the Aries gangs, whether you're a late March Aries, or April to, you know, Taurus Aries. And yeah, that's my topic Tuesday for today. So hope you enjoyed your minutes with Mara, people. Peace.